Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
The NHS choir!
NHS needs saving and they're not listening, but we've got something to say. You can save us, don't let them break us. We are your doctors, let's keep it that way. The NHS should be yours.
I mean, I don't understand how you can even impose a contract because you have to get people to sign it, and they basically imposed something that they didn't have a mandate for. It wasn't at the wish of the people. When you see opinion polls, even now, which still show the general public are more likely to believe the junior doctors, are in support of the junior doctors. When you see that the majority of people want a free NHS and want universal healthcare, state covered, that's when you realise that the government doesn't have a mandate for what they're doing. That's when you realise that they're the ones who are leading to this privatisation. They're the ones doing it. So, yeah, it is an affront to democracy because nobody out there has ever said, I don't want my NHS. Everybody wants a healthcare service. And, you know, our ancestors fought for it in the World Wars, within the Great Depression, within the Civil Rights area, within the suffragettes movement. They fought for us to have a public sector, and we have a right to have healthcare within this country. We have a right to know that we're going to be cared cradle to grave. That's something that everyone fought for, and now it's been taken away from us. I don't think anyone said that they ever want this to be removed from us. So that's what I would ask the public to remember, is remember that, you know, you've paid for it. You probably know someone who works for it because it's the fourth largest employer. Don't let them take your NHS away from you because it's yours.
Their contract needs to be negotiated properly, it needs to be safe, it needs to be fair. A lot of us wouldn't have been able to do our nursing if it wasn't for bursaries, etc. Just because, you know, student nurses it's a full-time job. You know, I think in 4 years' time there are going to be a massive drop in people that are qualifying as nurses, and it is going to lead to a lot of problems down the line. And it is going to lead to, you know, massive shortages in staff, and then it's easier to look like it's failing.
Prevention is cheaper than the cure. If we invested more in public health, if we invested more in social care, you wouldn't see these expenses being hit upon the NHS. That's why it's happening, and that's why the government's going and doing what they're doing. They want to privatise the NHS. They want profits for the people who are donating to their political party. That's why they're doing it. So we need to stand up and we need to actually have a real discussion about the NHS and whether or not we want it, because at the moment there's not enough time left to really have this discussion. It's going to go bust, it's going to go broke. So people need to start talking about it, people need to start fighting about it.
If Jeremy Hunt came in to be treated, would you?
Yeah, of course I would. Of course I would.
Well, yeah, of course I would treat Jeremy Hunt. I mean, it's part of the job.
We're going to get out, we're going to support the junior doctors' strikes. We're going to support the teachers' strikes.
No ifs, no buts, no education cuts. No ifs, no buts, no education cuts.
What do you think about the UK government's plans to turn every school into an academy?
It's patently ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. It's a land grab. It's totally indefensible.
Do you think it's an attack on democracy as well?
Well, the whole way in which this has just been forced through, similarly to the junior doctors' contracts being imposed, the imposition of academization, you've got Tory councils speaking out against it, you've got Tories MPs. Who wants this? I can't find anybody who wants this except for the multimillionaires who seek to profit from it. And that is shameful.
The academies will change so that non-teaching staff can teach children?
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
So people who aren't qualified to teach can be employed to teach, and I think for a start the way the government is selling this as if it's some kind of fantastic way in which we're going to get these wonderful people in from industry to somehow share their knowledge is incredibly patronising to our highly qualified, intelligent teachers. We've got a huge recruitment crisis coming, and I want my children to be able to go to their neighbourhood school and me to know that the education they're getting there is a good one.
People that haven't got teaching qualifications can teach.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel?
Pretty angry, but then that's what happens in private schools anyway. You don't have to be a qualified teacher to work in a private school, but it's a way of cheapening labour. The way in which we are actually selling our children under this government for private profit is criminal.